well. It's the Irish Mob in France, Montreal, known as the West End Gang. Which, controversial. First book on the subject, yeah. There have been a couple of articles in Denver. Never, a comprehensive book. I mean, we spent about 3 years sticking around, finding as much as we could. It's not always easy when you're dealing with crime because a lot of people won't talk. Or dead. People tend to kind of glorify them a little. I guess back in 50s, 60s, 70s, a lot of what they're doing is robbing banks. Same kind of weren't as violent. There was violence, but whatever. There's some poor kids from the Point or whatever. Go get 25 grand from a bank. Not a big deal. But I guess once they started getting into drugs and bodies were dropping, but people still, people like Maddox, all the Maddox brothers, people love them. Jimmy Ryan, people talk very highly of him. A lot of the ex-RCMP that we talked with said, a lot of these guys were, they're businessmen in many respects, and as long as they weren't going around shooting people and getting a lot of innocent people hurt, there was a certain level of respect. But overall, the response has been great because it's part of history, part of the history of the city and crime, in particular in the city, that people have heard little things about. Oh yeah, I know that name, McAllister, Maddox, Jimmy Ryan, but don't really know the story. A lot of people don't even know there was this West End Gang, which a lot of people still have a bond with that name, anyways. I think to an extent, there's only so much you can really get in there, A lot of stories, a lot of truth out there that it's hard to uncover when you're dealing with organized crime. But, when I was doing the research, I went back to the 40s, spent like 3 years going through, La Presse, Montreal, for decades, trying to get every story I could get in there. Court records, coroner reports, everything from back there. Many names to come up with. You're reading one police record. Okay, he's arrested with that guy, dig up stuff on that. So trying to, it became insanely complicated how everyone was connected. But I hope most of these layers are in there. My dad, funnily enough, got a call about a month ago by this guy, pissed off that he wasn't in the book, saying, I robbed 7 banks in 1976. How come I'm not in there? I ran with those guys. Yeah, I think to an extent, there's only so much you can really get in there, A lot of stories, a lot of truth out there that it's hard to uncover when you're dealing with organized crime. But when I was doing the research, I went back to the 40s, spent like 3 years going through, La Presse, Montreal, for decades, trying to get every story I could get in there. Court records, coroner reports, everything from back there. Many names to come up with. You're reading one police record. Okay, he's arrested with that guy, dig up stuff on that. So trying to, it became insanely complicated how everyone was connected. But I hope most of these layers are in there. My dad, funnily enough, got a call about a month ago by this guy, pissed off that he wasn't in the book, saying, I robbed 7 banks in 1976. How come I'm not in there? I ran with those guys. Down in the Point, I think they earned that reputation by, maybe they're gangsters on the side, but, they were also putting a lot back in their community, and, when you don't have a lot of money, like stuff, you got somebody rolling around, with a big smile, handing out turkeys. pretty good feeling. And again, I mean, you know, a lot of these, I mean, look, I mean, none of this is really a secret, right? I mean, these are public records, court records, or stories already, you know, investigated and handled police or whatever. You know, maybe some aspects of them, you know, have never been on paper because, you know, interviews. But so we're not really uncovering anything new. I mean, we're not exposing current activities. I mean, that's one thing. I mean, you know, we weren't about to go like digging out, hanging around the West End, figuring out, you know, who's doing what now. Well, the heyday is certainly done. You know? Yeah, I mean, I guess after like everything with the port fell apart and dwindled. So I mean, certainly still active, but not on that scale. And to the extent to which they're active now, I mean, I really don't know. I haven't gone around poking my nose into their business, you know. So I guess it's more a kind of history of, you know, the rise of the West End gang.